we already called the meeting to order at 5 o'clock, and I recorded that part of the meeting. So we're just catching up. That first part of the meeting was to discuss the budget and the tax rate. And now we're moving to the regular meeting portion, and I would ask if there are any adjustments to the agenda.
I have one I received a couple days ago, the grant award for the fiscal year 27 grants and aid, which Peter's planning on using for Foster Hill Road, maybe not this year. We have until the end of September of next year to do the work. But the official agreement came, and I was going to ask, usually I ask that you approve my signing it as the town's authorized whatever person. So I was going to ask you about that.
Can we do that under the road report as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you remind me? I'll put a note here, but I can't never remember all those acronyms for these different grants. All right. So grants for Michael.
And there was another thing, another email that came that was kind of odd, that talked about the project that doesn't end until...
Yeah, you sent me that email early in July, I think, and I sent you a reply.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I think I got it from Chris just this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I realized that, I should have replied to the guy that sent the email. If they just wanted confirmation that we know that the road erosion inventory needs to be done by October something, 2027.
31st, I think.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that.
I responded to you, and of course it never went any further than that. So.
All right.
And then the only other things that I wanted to bring up, and this could be on a future agenda item if we prefer not to talk about it tonight, but if there had been any, I didn't see in the minutes because I wasn't here last meeting, but about the class 4 conversation with David Barber and whether there was kind of movement in a certain direction around that.
Yeah, I think we left that in his hand, that he was gonna write to us, give us some paper, this is what he wants to do, and then we would go through the process.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the last meeting, I think you mentioned, or maybe it was Grant that mentioned that nothing has been submitted.
Yeah, he hasn't
Okay.
started, so.
So we'll just wait on that. And then, and this might be a future agenda item, but we had talked about, we have a policy on threshold spending. And we talked about revisiting that policy at some point.
I'm sorry, policy on what?
I'm using the wrong language, but our threshold spending of $8,000 before we need to.
Oh, the process,
Procurement
the
budget.
procurement policy, yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, when you were gone, we signed the personnel policy.
Awesome. Nice work.
So we thought about holding it so you could have it. Maybe she might let you put your name on it anyways.
No need. Of course, I'm glad.
Yeah.
All right, so it doesn't sound like there's any other adjustments to the agenda. The next item is to approve minutes from the July 21st. And if we could do this in two separate motions, because I will abstain from the July 27th because I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
So if someone would like to make a motion to approve the minutes from July 21st.
Make motion that we approve minutes.
Second?
All right, any discussion?
Well, there was one item here that Lily mentioned, it was not exactly correct, but that doesn't mean, just because it's in the minutes, doesn't mean
Well, we can
it's
amend it.
exact. Yeah, but we can't, well, I don't know what the number is, but she had pointed out that, well, not having an assistant town clerk was gonna save $22,000, and she said, it's not, at least save that much,
Okay.
but it's,
All right.
okay,
I've got the number here.
Why don't we just amend it?
okay.
9,540 for the assistant town clerk and treasurer item line.
That's how much we're gonna save, okay.
All right, so really the motion is to approve the minutes as amended. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. 2 minutes. Approved, and is there a motion regarding the July 27th minutes?
I make a motion that we approve those minutes from July 22nd. I should have taken your
22nd.
name off there, but I
That's
didn't.
fine. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'll abstain. Motion passes.
John?
So public comments for those items that are not on the agenda. So if there's anything else that is
I
not,
have one.
okay,
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
all right.
the, the health officer.
Yeah,
We're still waiting for health department to approve her.
they said that they do that, when I spoke to them, they said they do it at August 1st.
Okay.
So she should be at this point appointed.
Because I looked before I came up here and your name is still on there.
Yeah,
The only reason why I'm bringing this up is that Ed was in the office the other day.
Yeah.
And he says she can be an Acton health officer. She cannot be an Acton health officer.
Okay.
Because anything that she has dealings with is null and void.
okay,
And you have to start all over from the beginning.
all right. I will follow up and call the Department of Health again. But my understanding was they do it once a month,
Right.
first whatever,
Right.
first of the month, and they approve all of them. So she couldn't do anything until August 1st, but my understanding is now she can. So,
Okay.
but
But on their website, you're still the health officer.
all right, I will try to get off of there.
Yeah, our website.
Yeah, so who would change that, John?
John.
Okay.
But it's on the health department's website.
Yeah, and apparently our website too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to.
So ours can't be changed until the Department of Health is changed.
Okay. I will not let John do anything until then.
For the minutes, can you tell me who is the new?
Catherine Saunders.
Yep.
Okay.
She was
Saunders?
Yep.
Okay,
And it's what? CATH.
Kathryn.
I remember.
Catherine. She was here. She was,
Yeah, I remember
She
now.
volunteered.
She's also Worcester's town health officer
Right.
and
And
Callis.
Calluses.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing she did that, that I'm aware of is she passed along something about rabies, and I sent it to John to put it on the website.
Alright, so I need to- All right. Any other public comment? All right. We will move on to the submittal of a petition for a special town meeting.
There's some registered voters in the town of Woodbury that would like to have the town officers elected by Australian ballot.
Okay.
Out of the 739 voters, we have the 5% needed for the ballot. And in the past, about 120 to 130 of our registered voters are the ones that are voting in the officers. So we're in hopes that Australian ballot, we will get more people to do the voting.
So out of 739, what was the 5%?
37,
And that's how many you got, or
we got 44.
44? And those have been validated by the town clerk?
Not yet,
Oh.
but they have by the assistant town clerk.
So Robin, can I
Well,
ask
that's
just
pretty
for-
good, but not quite.
Can I ask from a logistics perspective, like, does this, there would be a special town meeting to decide that Australian ballot would happen at town meeting?
Correct.
And great, so it'd be a special meeting to decide whether we're gonna do it or not, correct? Yes. Got it.
The town has 60 days once the petition hits the town clerk's desk.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe sometime in the middle of September, like between the primary and the general election.
And then that special town meeting functions in a similar fashion as regular town meeting, where we ask or elect a moderator.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Well, your moderator's already elected. You elect
Right.
that at town meeting, and that's
Okay.
for a whole year.
For a whole year. Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So do you want me to hand this petition to you, or do you want me to take it into the office when I meet Graham tomorrow morning?
Is he gonna be in there tomorrow morning?
Yeah, we're meeting there at 6:30, so we bring the stuff to the town hall.
Did you bring the stuff yet? Oh.
You can't have the ballots and all of that stuff at the
No,
town
they're
meeting.
your machine and everything. Okay, all right. Yeah, you put it. Yeah, you can give it to him then.
Okay,
Wednesday.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So in order for somebody to be on the ballot, they have to get a petition of 30 names or 1% of the checklist, whichever is
5%.
left.
5%.
5%.
No, I don't
It's-
believe so. But.
5%.
Well, it's 5% to have a meeting, but to be on the ballot,
Oh, to be on the ballot, okay.
if someone wants to be
They
elected.
want to run.
Yeah.
And so that would be for like moderator, lister, auditor, like whole 9 yards, right?
Correct.
Anyone who's elected, yeah.
And so you have to do that before town meeting? I'm just thinking about the audit, or not auditor, I just said it, moderator. So it'd have to
Yeah, I
happen
know.
before town meeting, the moderator would get elected, and then he
Well,
would
see, the moderator was elected at our town meeting in February, so he's good until the next town meeting.
Yeah, but when the next town meeting comes up, is he gonna have to petition, or is there an exception for the moderator? And we'd have to figure out when, the vote is gonna happen at our Saturday town meeting, or is it gonna have to go to the next Tuesday? We'll just have to figure out some
Yeah.
things.
All right. Let's move on to our road report with Peter Daly and Michael Gray. And Peter, you want to just give us an update on ongoing work?
Yeah, currently I just started the Valley Lake Grant project, started that today. And I'll probably be there for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. And if I get good grading weather, I will break away from this to go grading. And I'll have the other guys keep working on this project.
Okay.
But this week doesn't look like I'm gonna get much for grading done. We've got rain almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you have someone who wants to ditch leavings?
Yes, yeah, we have plenty of places to drop the ditching up there at Andrew Lagus.
Yep.
He's all right with knowing that the knotweed is in it. And he
Yeah,
does-
just want something over the bank,
yeah,
to
'cause
fill in the bank, yeah.
he's eventually gonna bury it deep enough that there's a pretty big hole up there.
Yeah,
So it'll be buried deep enough that it'll never grow back.
yeah. Even if it does, it's just
Yeah,
over the bank for him, right?
right.
Mm.
And then
Well, good, I'm glad somebody wants it.
I haven't done anything with the truck yet,
Okay.
just because I've been waiting on the go-ahead from everybody.
Mhm.
So I haven't reached out for until I have the go-ahead from you guys.
So, Chris, you weren't here, I guess, for this conversation, but Peter had an idea. He had a person who was willing to look at the 550 that's sitting in the yard right now with the blown engine.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought that the person he talked to thought that, he could maybe figure out whether the,
Yeah, I was asking on the last meeting if we should hire a third mechanic to go in and investigate to see if it was actually McGee's fault. And if it was, then they would have to honor that motor. And at the last meeting, we left it as, let's wait until we make a decision until you guys make a decision if you wanted to do that.
well, I think the way it was left was that you were gonna find out what it might be worth if it had a new motor in it, and then we decide, whether to put money into this study.
I mean, that truck with a new motor in it is probably between 35 and 40,000.
Okay, so that's pretty much what Lily found out when she Googled it or
Mhm.
did AI or whatever she
Yeah,
did.
the AI.
Yeah.
So Peter,
Yeah, so, did you say that your guy could do an earlier investigation before he jumped into the big,
Yeah, he was talking about taking oil samples
yeah,
and samples of the antifreeze too,
yeah,
and seeing what he could find for either metal shavings or seeing if he can find exhaust in the antifreeze or in the oil, or antifreeze in the oil or wherever.
but that sounds like the whole study,
Well, that would be a part of it.
okay,
Because if he did that, he would do that before he actually started tearing that motor apart.
oh, okay,
can I ask a couple questions? So and I have no knowledge of this, so I'm pretty naive to it. But if we had this done, would it be what would suggest that McGee would say, "Oh, okay, this is how do we know that the findings are going to be accepted by McGee?"
I mean, that would probably have to be done. That would probably have to be a conversation with the town lawyer and them.
Mm-hmm.
What Larry suggested at the last meeting was that we just not deal with these local dealers and go to Ford Motor Company. So I was gonna draft a letter to our attorney and just lay out some of the facts. This was a year of we bought this 3-year-old truck in whatever year, and what, you just lay out the facts and see what he thinks.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna go to Ford Motor Company. Are you?
Well, I would need the facts. I mean, I make a call, but
Yeah.
I need the facts as well, because that's, you kind of need to know what the stats are for it to have anything to discuss.
So should I write to our attorney and see what he thinks? This is a black hole or a...
Whether it's something worth pursuing, you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry?
Whether this is something worth pursuing?
Right, exactly.
It seems like that's an easy, or even a phone conversation
Yeah,
with David, but sure, I
okay.
think so.
I had already asked for Lily to dig out some numbers. Sure she has on her list.
So I guess just hold tight is the answer.
Okay.
So I don't see why we couldn't have his guy do the preliminary tests though. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I can have him take the oil samples and stuff, and that would kind of give us an idea of where the problem is coming from.
Okay.
I'm just concerned with the time of year and getting a new truck or some kind of truck in time for winter. Every time we decide something, it's another 2 weeks right, so I don't wanna keep
Mm-hmm.
losing.
Let's see, we were offered $7,000 for a trade-in. We were told it would take, what was the cost to repair that they quoted us?
15,000.
15,000. If we repaired 15,000 and got 35 out of it, we'd come out ahead. Maybe we should move on the 350 and then pursue repairing the 550 to sale.
But then we wouldn't be using it for trade-in, we'd have to sell it.
Yeah. Unless you're thinking,
What do you think?
I wouldn't touch that truck until I talk with Ford Motor Company.
Yeah,
I would lay a finger on it,
really?
because I would definitely go after Ford Motor Company. I'd have a conversation with them. To begin with, the truck's got 30,000 miles on it. That's well within a normal
Is
warranty.
that all, 30,000, yeah,
That's what you said.
That's what it has on it.
30,000 miles?
So
Okay.
30,000 miles is in a normal warranty, so that thing should have never had a problem to start with. So I would definitely go to them, and I'd have a pleasant conversation with them about what had happened to this truck, and if you want to pursue it, see what they come back with first, because I wouldn't put a finger on it, where they could say, well, you messed with this truck, or you did this, or you did that, whatever. But you want to leave it the way it sets, and see if they come back with any offers. You know, they might offer to give you a motor, but then you'd want to make sure that how that ever was put in would possibly get a warranty on that motor. And I'm sure they're gonna make Ford put it in if they warranty the motor, but the truck with a warranted motor becomes worth more money. I mean, that's kind of the way I would follow what Ford, if Ford tells you go to hell, then you just simply move on and do the next step, but I would never touch that thing until they come back and make a decision.
What do you think?
Yeah, I still think it's worth probably a conversation with David. And even whether that's yeah.
So if the mechanic were to take a sample of the antifreeze and the oil, that's pretty minimal touching of the truck.
Well,
Everything's minimal except when somebody else touched it. And so if you open the door where somebody can walk through, I would leave it alone and say, here's the truck, I haven't touched it. What do you want to do? And now then guide you.
so we might not end up having to study it at all. Yeah,
If
so,
they,
yeah,
you know, it depends on their attitude or
Right.
what they, you're dealing with marketing and what they feel, you give them the right information. I mean, the truck is 30,000 miles, it's within a warranty, blah, 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 and, it shouldn't have gone down. And we feel that there's a problem when it was worked on, but let them guide which way they want to go. And if they get into a marketing situation where they're concerned about, general looks or appearance, then you don't know where they'll go. But they may make you an offer. I mean, they may come back and say, we'll give you the motor, but you gotta pay to have it installed. If you want the warranty, it's gotta go through Ford. I definitely would not take it back to McGee. I would go to Stowe and somebody else. But if they just flat refuse, then your next option is open the motor, see what it is, but I want some lawyer to tell me how I follow the chain of command so I don't mess it up. And then I would try to get that motor in there, hopefully with a warranty to maximize the value of that truck.
Well, it doesn't sound
Okay.
like,
So,
that
yeah,
doesn't,
just
doesn't tie our
wait,
hands
I guess.
either way.
Yeah,
Yes.
so just wait,
Okay.
Thanks, Peter.
like,
We still need like an outline of if one of us were called Ford, we'd still need to know here's the truck's details, here's what.
that's
data-
what I was putting together with
Okay, so
Lily's help,
that would be useful.
You gotta talk intelligently.
Yeah.
You know,
You'd be able to say on this date, we took it in for this repair is done, we picked it up, and then we drove this, and then we don't know what happened, and then they told us this.
And I can give you the numbers on that. I have a copy of the list of everything that was done to it.
oh, good, thank you.
Great, so that talks about our next item, which is the status of the vehicle purchase. Sounds like we have a possible person who's interested in the position.
Yes,
We'll see if they're willing to come in for an interview next week.
yes.
Monday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I will call him. I will try to get a hold of him tomorrow to see if he'd be willing to run an interview Monday or Wednesday.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And then, Michael, I had on my list that road erosion inventory, but it sounds like you're on it.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you
sent
bought
an
there.
email to the person when I saw yours, and he sent a reply thanking me for that. So
Okay.
we're all set there.
And that inventory is what you bought the,
The iPad for, yeah.
perfect. And then the grants,
Yeah, so this is the last of the fiscal year 27 grants. I mean, usually we get this grant agreement, a long time ago, so that we have the summer to work on it, but it's for the Grants and Aid program, and we had someone come and look at the Foster Hill Road project that Peter has in mind. Part of that project will be finishing up last year's Grants and Aid, the fiscal year 26 Grants and Aid, where we did partially work on Wilbur Road, but we didn't use up the grant and kind of ran out of time. So that'll probably be the priority for this year, and then if Peter feels he has time to continue down the hill, then we'll engage this, but probably not do the report until next year, so that it's not on fiscal year 26, which we hadn't budgeted for. But the grant is for $17,000 with a match of $4,250 for the town, which usually, the town match usually comes out of labor and materials and rental of town equipment. It's hardly ever a kind of
So
out-of-pocket
is
cash.
that a grant that we already have?
Well, we finally
Approval.
have the official grant agreement. I will sign it as the authority for the town, and then Mr. Joe Flynn has to sign it, and then we're good.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I'll.
So is some of that, you said some of that money is left over from the Wilbur Road grant?
Yes, we had the Wilbur Road project that happened last summer.
Mm-hmm.
Most of that work was paid for with a Better Roads grant, but we maxed out that one, and we had an agreement with the grants and aid people to finish that project, the Wilbur Road project, with a grant from them, but we didn't use, we used maybe a quarter of the amount that we were awarded, so we met with a grants and aid person this year and showed her the work that Peter intends to do on Foster Hill Road, and got their approval
Okay,
to do that.
thank you.
And that's pretty much, so yeah, I wanted to bring up we have this paving grant for Foster Hill Road. I haven't done anything to put out an RFP for it, and we have next year to do it with. So I'm kind of suggesting that we wait and maybe do the RFP during the winter. I'm a little bit intimidated with the RFP. I've been trying to get help from the District 6 manager, and I don't get too many replies about that.
How about CVRPC? They have a lot of shells and stuff like that, I mean, they're
Yeah,
samples.
mostly I just wanted a template, and we have a couple
That's what I mean,
templates that we have used in the past. The biggest thing I'm worried about is, I don't know how to designate what kind of mix for the pavement, or whether the pavement's gonna be chewed up and then, or whether they're just gonna put another layer on top. I've been trying to get a sense from V-Trans of what would actually happen there, and I just haven't been getting a response.
Like they're not calling you back at all?
No. No. It's mostly email, but that I've been sending, but I did get a reply that they would send me a couple of templates that they have, but I haven't seen those, and that was about a month ago, so.
It would be nice if they would grind it up.
Yeah, I don't know what their intentions are, what they just.
How big is the project?
Not even half a mile. It's just the paved part of Foster Hill Road as you go up the hill. Yeah. We have an estimate. I mean, we had to get an estimate for the application, and we did get awarded pretty much the amount that the estimate was for. That was with Pike.
Is that 60 or something?
Roughly, yeah, 55,000 something or other. Yeah.
So that sounds like that can wait until.
Yeah, and I'll, try to, I'm kind of tempted to ask Skip Lindsay if he would do the RFP, but he may not want to do it, so. He did the one for Cabot Road, and, he researched all the mixes and what would hold up best with granite trucks coming down the hill, so. I'm just not capable of doing that, I don't think, confidently, so we'll see. So I was hoping that I would get some help from V-Trans. Maybe when their work season slows down, they'll have more time to help me out with that.
let us know how we can help too,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, sure.
or me. Anything else? Are we ready to move on? We're ready to,
Yeah, nothing new on any of the others. The work that Peter's doing right now on Valley Lake Road, that's the Better Roads grant that we got for this year.
it sounds like that, I read, is not gonna be done in time for school, right?
Well, Peter will be done his part before
I
school
should
starts.
be done well before school starts.
Yeah.
The estimated time for this project that started today is 2.5 to 3 weeks, depending on what they run into. And we've already had a couple of issues before it even started. And they're pretty confident that they'll be done before school starts. And if they aren't done, I've already talked to the school, we have permission from Ron for the school buses to go from Church Street over his driveway. So if school started, it would just be a few days before the project would be done. So in the contract, we did ask them to be done by a certain date, but that may happen, may not.
We'll wait and
And
see.
the bridge on Church Street safe enough for the buses?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Same culvert basically as the one that just got pulled out of the ground today.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing, and in actually better shape.
So we drive our loaded timber across it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the trucks that have been hauling fill from this project today, that started today, have been driving over that also, so that should hold up.
Thanks, guys. Lily,
Great.
the treasurer's report.
So, quick overview of our July financial report. Looking at the fund balance report on page 3, looks pretty bare, starting the new fiscal year. The town's total cash on hand is $284,084. So this remains above the threshold that would require us to use our tax anticipation note. So as expected, the general fund has moved into a deficit position. The FEMA-related deficit also remains reflected this month, causing the highway fund and town maintenance fund balances to appear higher than they otherwise would. This will be corrected next month when we appropriate the fund transfers to offset the FEMA deficit. The reappraisal fund also reflects a slight decrease this month as we have started making payments to NIMRIC for a reappraisal that will be completed in 2028. The town will make monthly payments of $4,120 over the next 24 months. So that reappraisal fund will slightly decline over the next 2 years. Moving on to the financial dashboard, which is on the following page 4. The general fund ended July with a $52,221 deficit. So this is reflecting, our usual seasonal pattern of slower revenue with higher expenditures. So some significant expenditures were the first annual payment to the fire department, our annual membership and service fees, and the payment of 1/2 of the county taxes. During July, the town collected $10,559 in delinquent property taxes from prior years, and we received $24,667 incurred year state tax credit payments. The highway fund is currently operating at a $3,576 budget surplus, contributing to our highway fund balance looking a little perkier than it will next month. So during the month, the town received its annual state highway aid allocation, which included a moderate increase. The town also received a $10,198 Swenson reimbursement. So overall, our town's net budget position is a deficit of $48,645. And this position is expected to improve as we finalize the tax rate, get those bills sent out, and start receiving tax money. Hopefully by the end of the month.
Really, just Swenson, their payments are, or reimbursements are like quarterly, or are they?
Quarterly.
Quarterly, okay.
There's no specific budget item lines that need attention right now. We're barely started. Any questions?
John,
So, a couple other updates. We did receive the refund from Wind River.
Where?
Wind River.
Oh.
Their septic, yep,
Oh,
which is great.
Yeah, really.
So that's processed on our credit card payment for this month, or last month. Additionally, we did just take over the annex building, electric. So that'll start coming through in September.
But presumably we will not be paying for the fire station,
right, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old fire station.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna get to that in a second. Anything else, Lily?
Nope.
All right. And it became clear, so we have an agenda item to finalize the tax rate, but we will not be finalizing the tax rate today. We will have, we're hoping to have a meeting on Monday to do that. Next meeting. In addition to hopefully an interview. But we can go move on to updates on the buyouts.
So last time we opened the bids, we received a couple of bids. They're relatively close to one another. One of them was slightly lower, and also that individual had participated in several walkthroughs. So I went and made calls to check references. They were glowing all around, so my recommendation is we accept the bid by LG Furno Forest Products LLC. So
Got a motion?
I make a motion to accept the bid by LG Furno Forest Products LLC.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
So next steps, the abatement contractors visited today, and we're looking over things, so we're going to be in those bids. I've also got a draft contract here for the demo. I'll give you guys a copy. You can look over it to see what mistakes I've made on it. One of the main things that's there's some timing concerns. You notice that the dates are highlighted and left blank because obviously we don't know what the time frame is going to be for the abatement yet, so we don't have that stuff yet back. On the flip side, the sooner we execute a contract, the bidder can start working on the electrical, and we basically developing a backup for the water. Because right now we don't have the ability to put if we were to put the water tank in the back of the town hall, there's no electrical for there. And so that was part of the estimate. I'm not saying anything out wrong yet anyway. So that was part of the estimate to figure out to do that. And so once we execute the contract, you'll be able to start working on that to get that set up to accept the tank.
So can the contract reflect, can the date, instead of having a date, can it?
Well, I think what you're saying, could we go ahead and start it and then move forward on part of it and then get the proceed for real once the abatement's done? Is that what you're saying?
Or the contract just has language in there that the, commencement date. I guess because it could just start now, right?
Why isn't
And
the
then part of the work could
commencement
be done, I think you're right, I think that is what Does that make sense?
You wanna say
The
something?
notice to proceed lets you get going.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. The contract gets signed anyways, but the notice to proceed, normally it lists what they want, like insurance certificate, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And that's, so normally that comes immediately, you sign it and away you go.
Yeah.
Because you know, so I don't care what you do, you know, because you're gonna go.
The only thing that I feel like I saw something on, feel like that there is some restriction from the, that it's supposed to be done within 45 days of the notice to proceed.
Within 25 days of what?
Some are 90, but most of it I've done is 90, and they've never questioned if you want to extend it, they'll extend it.
Yeah.
So I would,
You wouldn't have any concerns about signing it with,
because they've never,
yeah.
I mean, I've never seen them come up with anything that they would, they'll come right out and tell you that if you need to do more time and request it, they'll do it. And you get into trouble that you could have had that happen.
Did Todd give you any indication when this work, the abatement?
How many people came to the site
There were
visit?
5 vendors.
Really?
I didn't give any timeline. I can ask, but
Well, the vendors should put a price and a time on it, that would be your goal.
yeah.
I'm gonna move my machine this week, 'cause I just finished it. I was thinking of sticking that over at that yellow house and close that well out. So the reasoning is to clean that driveway up,
So you can drive on it?
to get the surrounding ground cleaned up so that I could, then I pull out of there, so when they come to do the abatement, they can get in and out of there without any problem. That was, I think that's the way to go with it anyways. I mean, I can clean the driveway up, but if you're there, you might just well pull that well and have it over with.
Right.
So, John, your recommendation and Larry's recommendation would be to have this date as of whatever, this week sometime?
The notice to proceed gets you going, I don't care what you put on that contract, Dave.
Okay.
So, but,
This, the contract isn't a notice to proceed?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't mean, I don't, maybe you don't wanna do a notice to proceed, I don't really care. It's
That's how you set it up.
Yeah, you can go with the contract and just go, you've already got all the stuff that a notice to proceed does anyways.
I mean, you can write into a contract that says such and such dates from the notice of proceed, where you're teeing up that you're going to have a notice to proceed. But I don't know that you have to have a notice to proceed, it's just a way of doing business.
Without reading it, does this have a notice to proceed in it?
No, that one would just be as it's written.
Yeah.
It basically is, as soon as you sign it, you can start doing it, so long as the dates on it encompass the time frame.
Yeah. But you're not worried about the 45 days, we can ask for an extension?
I mean, you get into 45 days and they haven't got the asbestos moved, that's a golden thing, so when, you know, when you have it, so you extend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
so why can't we sign the contract and,
Well, it doesn't have dates on it, so I wouldn't recommend signing that, and I would ask that you guys read through it, because this is just me taking a bunch of boilerplate and trying to adapt it to our circumstance. So,
oh.
this is,
So we could sign it
Yeah,
at the next, Monday's meeting?
we could do that.
yeah, if you review it and you're good to go with it, then I can bring out updated version with whatever edits you think we need, and we can sign it on our side of it on Monday anyway.
Did you read the part of the fuel tank so you understand what I said here?
Yeah.
And the reason I did it that way?
Yeah. Well, I read it and understand it, but I don't necessarily understand the why of it.
So, it basically says when you're gonna open that up, if it's
Yeah.
structurally sound, you're gonna lift it, you open it up, find out that it's compromised,
Yeah.
I stop.
Yeah.
And
Because
then-
I saw the language that you use, and it's the same language that they gave us in the RFP, so I was like, okay, that's all well and good, it matches, so.
Well, the reason is
Thing.
the state has a program.
Yeah,
You probably know it, so.
well, vaguely aware, but yeah.
Vaguely doing stuff, but basically, there's a policy out there, depending on the size of the tank, so the charge the town, let's say it's a 500 gallon tank, $300, if it's a 750, it's more, if it's a 1,000 gallon tank, it's more, but it's peanuts, money wise, then they come in and do that whole thing, take it out, so.
But then, if there was any leakage, I mean, it's
The tank is compromised, so it's been leaking in the ground, and you've got contamination, or there's a problem with that tank.
and they have a program, ANR has a program for cleaning
They
up that
come
stuff.
in and they charge you a fee,
Mhm.
like an insurance policy,
Yeah,
and then they come in and pay to have it all done, which is the smartest way to go. So that's why it's in there. But
Yeah, no, I saw the language, and I saw that it matched the language that I'd seen and that was in the RFP. So-
it was 2 years ago that they told me that it all could change by now, and that's the reason I did it.
No, I figured, well, it matched, though I wasn't too concerned about it after that.
That's the reason. And the girl at the state told me, you'd be all done with moving in. If you see it, stop, call that number and let them do it. So that's it. The power is on in both buildings.
it is, it's still,
I know it's on in the town
Yes.
building because of
Yes.
this, but is it on in the other building too?
I don't know what the situation is on the,
Well, it would be billed to the town.
I doubt it. I mean,
Yeah,
we're not getting any bills.
yeah, no one said anything to about.
The only thing is that, when they do the asbestos removal, power is handy for them. Otherwise they put a generator in, but that's their problem too.
That's their problem.
So,
Yeah, we'll just have to coordinate because the town will have to authorize turning the power off in the fire station, I imagine. But we don't want to do that until,
I can do it.
What?
I can do it.
yeah,
I've done it, but the biggest thing is to get that water out of there.
Yeah.
And that's, our land is.
The what, water?
The water out of the fire station.
Oh, you mean the water supply, not water on the ground, okay.
yeah.
We're gonna put a pressure tank at the well. So we need power, once he gets the power there, so we can set it up inside the power, we'll just lay a line on the ground, pressure tank at the well, hook it up, and run a hose from there up into the post office, so they got water, and away we go.
Pressure tank at the well?
Yeah.
Temporarily,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because you gotta keep the water on for the post office, but you can't replace everything until once the fire station is dug up.
Oh, yeah.
Then you lay your line, since then everything's exposed, you have less digging to do. And then you eventually you would set the tank and controls in the town hall, and then you take out the temporary stuff.
So you don't have to have a porta potty out there and a water for the.
So will there be water for the town hall in the interim, or
No,
does it matter?
can be. It's not hard to do if you want it, but
If we really think we need it, but I mean, I guess the question would be that how long it's gonna be out. If it's gonna be out for a long time, then we figure something out. If it's not gonna be out for a long time, so when we come to that, then
let's put it, if you need water someday and it's not there, it can be arranged. That's not that hard.
Robin would probably know if it's scheduled, you know, what things are scheduled there.
What?
At the town hall.
Is there any events? Yeah.
Right.
if it's on the calendar in the town clerk's office, I believe, so. Is she still scheduling that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been her thing forever.
We're gonna be able to get in the post office, you figure that out.
I haven't got, don't have an answer for
Talk
you
to
yet.
that person. But Robin said it's not a problem, so I go there.
So, not a problem for her.
That's
but-
all I'm gonna say. As long as they're nice people, I guess we'll be fine. All we gotta do is hook that line up.
All right. So we are moving on to updates and other business. Do we want to? I saw that the draft for the MOU from the East Long Pond owners came in. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with you, Diana, is that maybe David should take a pass at it.
Yeah, I think maybe so, and it also might be a little premature, I don't know. I mean, I think they wanna come to our next meeting. Their next homeowners association meeting is on the 25th, and our meeting is on the 24th. I called the Hardwick Town manager to find out who had drafted this, because it looked like a lawyer had done it, but he said no, that it looks like Greg Farnham, the guy who was here at the last meeting, had done it, and
So effectively, this is, if I understand this right, they want to be able to ask people for money, but they can't because they don't have a nonprofit status. And so they are asking the town of Woodbury to be the pass-through for
that's-
the money?
yeah,
Is
that's
that, is
part of
that?
it, that's.
I thought they did have a 501c3.
What?
I thought they did have a 501c3.
Well, even if they do, they still don't wanna have to handle that much money. Also, not only that, but they need they need a fiscal agent for grant applications and all the things that go along with grants.
I guess it would be, in my mind, worth having David take a look at it to see if there's any liability to the town
Right.
in any,
They did say, it does say in here that, the department, meaning Hardwick Electric, shall be solely responsible for all aspects of permitting, design, engineering, testing, constructing, and accepting the reconstruction of the East Long Pond Dam. That's quite a commitment for them. And
That's what they did for Nichols.
we don't really know whether that's, how much money that's involved and how much the department, Hardwick Electric, is also doing similar issues with Greensboro and the Jackson Dam in Hardwick, so it's a lot going on there.
do you want me to forward that to David?
If you want, sure.
I'll just put it on my list,
Yeah.
otherwise happy to have you do it as well.
Mhm.
All right. Forward. Okay.
Could you give me David's full name, and I assume he's the town
Mears.
lawyer now?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
David Mears.
You're MEARS?
Yep.
Okay.
He's with the firm of
The
Garrett.
same one that we've always had,
Right.
yeah, okay.
Right.
All right.
So what did we just say? There's a third thing we were gonna talk about at our meeting. We're gonna do an interview, we're gonna set the tax rate.
We're gonna, if you guys are good with the contract.
Oh, look at
we're
the
gonna sign
contract.
the
Yeah, yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
So, get a look at it, give me any edits, and then we'll write it up, and if everything looks good, we'll sign
Okay.
it on,
Okay.
And then we'll
do it on, next week.
put the procurement policy on the future agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, not next week,
Yeah.
but our next regular scheduled meeting or down the road a little bit.
Yeah.
I see it being valuable, dealing with some of the repairs to the town garage.
Mm.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think that we could approve bills and payroll orders off camera. But,
Do you want this next meeting that you're gonna have be reflected in the minutes? Because I don't know when you're gonna do that.
Sure.
yeah, why don't we say it's Monday at 5:30? And we may have to change that. We're waiting to find out when this individual,
And I'll have to do a
whether he
meeting
can come.
notice.
Okay.
We also offer the option of Wednesday at 5:30. Any other business? All right. If there's no other business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
All right.
And we adjourn
Oh my
at
God, it's like 7 o'clock.
7:04.